entered the pool house and was surprised to hear water running and voices coming from one of the shower stalls. She recognized her sister's hushed moans and went to investigate. Brandi thought it would be hysterical to catch her sister with the pool boy she'd been ogling, or a gardener. Who else would be around for her to dally with? Brandi would never let Samantha live it down. He wasn't the pool boy. The shower curtain was open about an inch, and Brandi could clearly see the side of Chase's beautiful face, his muscular, water-slicked body sliding against Samantha's Barbie perfection. They were getting it on, and Brandi wanted to die. It was the end of her childish fantasies of a future with Chase Diedrich. Brandi quietly backed out of the pool house, leaving behind a small piece of her heart and much of the closeness she shared with her twin. Things had never been the same between them after that day. It served Samantha right to have Chase end up with their half-sister after all of the plotting she'd done to trap him. Looking at herself in the mirror now, years after that awkward day in the pool house, that shy tomboy was nowhere to be found. Brandi hardly recognized herself now that she wasn't hiding behind her frumpy yet comfy tracksuits and oversized jerseys. She could see the woman she'd grown into staring back at her. Brandi was lush and curvy in a way that reminded her of her half-sister Danielle, instead of a tall, willowy creature like Samantha. She would never again envy Samantha's looks and popularity. Brandi would do whatever it took to find a sense of self-worth and stand out in a crowd, even if it meant part of her had to die. The quiet, bookish girl of her past had to step aside to make room for the woman she was now determined to be. She checked her hair and makeup one last time, loving her new haircut. Her mother was going to have a shit fit when she saw the shorn locks that curled and wrapped around Brandi's jawbone. The stylist had given her the perfect haircut for a woman who wanted to look good but didn't have time for a lot of primping. The new cut used her natural waves to advantage in a style that reached midway down her neck, with long layers that tickled her face. She looked great straight from the shower, with nothing more than a little product and a pick. It dried to a wavy and stylish perfection. Today, she wore several sparkly pins in her hair that peeked out of the curls to accent the shiny beads on her lavender dress that caught the light and made her appear to shimmer. The Brandi of old was gone. Looking to the future was exciting and terrifying at the same time. Griffin, Brandi's father, was the first to see her transformation. When she reached the bottom of the stairs, she found him in his tuxedo, looking as much like a movie star as any she'd ever seen on a red carpet. His vampire genetics had slowed his aging to a crawl now, so he only looked to be in his late 20s and very much in his prime. He stared at Brandi and made a slow circle around her to take in the changes. He said nothing at first, and her self-esteem began to plummet. Her father would tell her the truth no matter what, and if he disapproved, he wouldn't hold his tongue. He looked at her with the grave expression of a man about to break some very bad news. It was the serious face he used in the council chamber when deliberating with the other councilmen. Finally, a smile split his face and softened his expression into that of her daddy.
"Now what am I going to do with you?"
He folded her up in his arms and kissed the crown of her head.
"I would assign armed warriors to guard you, but they would likely fall in love. Then I'd have to have good men executed."
He shook his head.
"The one precious child I never had to worry about had the nerve to become a beautiful woman and break her daddy's heart."
He held her there against his chest, swaying back and forth for several moments before pulling away with suspiciously shining eyes. "I love you too, Daddy." She beamed up at him. The relief of his acceptance and pride in her was overwhelming to Brandi. "Shouldn't we be leaving now? Where are Sam and Mom?"
It seems your mother is having trouble resigning herself to attend the bonding, and Samantha feels she shouldn't have to attend, given her past with Chase.